What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. ARP and Serious Jones went at it yesterday on Instagram, on Twitter. Serious Jones felt offended at ARP. We're going to get into some of these tweets in the video that he did on Angry Fan to really get to the bottom of this situation. So let's get off into it. Okay, so Serious Jones right here says, okay, now it's getting out of pocket. Here go this funny styleness. Why would you be retweeting that I backed out the battle when you of all people know that's not the case, ARP, at ARP? Okay? Nothing happened to me, brother. Out of respect for the business we've done, I've not said anything explaining or soling his name. But see what I get? He didn't write lies and negativity about me and jacking it's a better match. Why? Because he canceled and I told my fans I'm not rocking. ARP respond back. Don't at me in your lies. Now it's an issue when it comes back your way. Your first tweet said you were told you can't rock, implying someone did you dirty. And you was retweeting people saying they not on the stream anymore because of you being off. You don't care about RBE event, then I don't care about your reputation. Serious Jones come back and reply to ARP and says, no weirdo wannabe blogger could ever damage my rep. It just shows you ARP character that he would even try to just for me admitting to the fans I'm not able to battle for them. He wanted me to lie until the face-off so they can still buy tickets under false pretense. Wow. I hope that's not true. ARP. That's a strong accusation for that brother to make against you, that you wanted him to lie so that you could sell tickets and pay-per-view sales when you knew he wasn't going to be on the card. That's a strong accusation. Why you still promoting that I'm battling days later when you saying you can't give a nigga 24 hours? One day to make sure we have no problems. Like it takes at least that to book a whole new battle. I'm like, it's good. And nigga like, nah, I can't do it a day later. So in other words, what Serious Jones is saying that he asked ARP, like, give me 24 hours to make sure everything good with my new PO. Give me 24 hours to make sure everything good with my new PO so I can make sure we don't have no problem when it's time for me to do this battle. So I can make sure it ain't no problem when it's time for me to do this battle. Hold on one, baby. And here. So I can make sure it ain't no problem when it's time for me to do this battle. And ARP told him, nah, I ain't got 24 hours. And Serious Jones like, okay, you wouldn't give me 24 hours to check with my new PO to make sure I'm okay to do this battle, but yeah, you got time to go try to book a whole nother battle which takes like 24 hours? That's what he's saying. Right there. But he said it's all good. Then he replied back again to ARP, what lie? You a legit weirdo. He called ARP a weirdo. You are the only person I'm not battling. I never said it though. I said I wouldn't be able to rock. The fans thought that it was a legal issue, but no, it's your ego. So he accusing ARP of having an ego. He hard to talk to. When his mind is made up, ain't no talking him out of it. He actually said that in the blog I'm going to touch on that he did on Angry Fan Show. And then made you try to slander me anyway. When I'm the one that kept it real with your funny style butt. Siri Jones answers again when ARP tweet saying, don't at me in your lies. Now it's an issue when it comes back your way. Your first tweet said you were told you can't rock, implying someone did you dirty. And you was retweeting people saying they not on stream anymore because of you been off. You don't care about RBE events, then I don't care about your rep. Okay, so notice what ARP saying here. ARP saying here that Siri Jones said he was told he couldn't rock. Okay. Let me get to this last tweet before I explain that. Then Siri Jones said, I'm an artist, so of course I'm going to retweet my fans saying how important this battle was to them. What the F? You mad, weird, and petty. You supposed to be a boss. Why not just say it when parole? Your ego is out of control. Truth is, you canceled this paranoid. No one, you lying. See if it's another one. I tried to keep it real with Duke. Soon as I found out I had a new PO, I called him and said, give me 24 hours to meet face to face up and ensure we have no issue. He said no. Told everybody I had, he said no. Told everybody I had parole issue and canceled the battle. For your information, I'm good. But right that I backed out is crazy and it's a lie. Okay. So basically when ARP said right here that Siri Jones said you was told, you said you was told you can't rock. Let me touch on that. And this is what Siri Jones was talking about in the Angry Fan interview he did. So Siri Jones was saying, no, Angry Fan brought to Siri Jones' attention. He said, I'm hearing you in the Ultimate Madness tournament. Siri Jones confirmed that. Like, yeah, I'm in the Ultimate Madness. Then he like, okay, well, now I see why thing probably went the way that it went between you and ARP. You on Ultimate Madness tournament. Now, we all know everybody that's on the Ultimate Madness tournaments had to sign contracts for both tournaments. Well, according to Siri Jones, URL didn't give him a contract. Somehow, ARP got wind of this. Oh, he got a contract with the URL? Well, not a contract with the URL, but that's what he believing when he hearing that when he hearing that Siri Jones is on Ultimate Madness, the new tournament. Then Jack Boy even released a statement saying, oh, that's how you do me, Beasley URL. Y'all dubbed me off this new tournament just so that Siri Jones can come in. Y'all let Siri Jones take my place. Now, here's ARP. The URL been blocking his battle for the past few years. Anybody that's on a contract with URL, if ARP try to sign them, not sign them, but try to book them to battle on his league, those battles been blocked. So now ARP get wind that Sirius Jones is finna be in the Ultimate Madness tournament with URL, the third one. He tells Sirius Jones, we need you to get ready to come down so we can do the face-offs. Sirius Jones tell ARP, I just got assigned a parole officer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it until I check in with her or him. So give me 24 hours to check in with him, and I'll let you know. According to Sirius Jones, ARP was like, nah, I ain't got 24 hours. I ain't got no time. So what ended up happening was ARP dubbed the battle, got somebody else. But according to Serious Jones, he knew this 5 days ahead of time and still been promoting the battle as if him and Big K still gonna rap that night. Trying to get pay-per-view sales and ticket sales. This what he basically saying. He was trying, ARP was doing what he accusing him of. Now, put yourself in ARP shoes. The URL been dubbing your battle for the past few years. For anybody that's supposed to have a contract with them that you book Serious Jones because he fresh out of prison. Then you find out he also in the tournament. So you immediately figure that, okay, he in the tournament, that only means that he got a contract. So you tell him, hey, I need you to get ready to come down here to do this face-off. Then Serious Jones tell you, I can't do the face-off right now. I got something to do. I got to go see my new PO. Now, according to, y'all got two different stories. ARP said that you said you can't rock. You was told you can't rock. And keep in mind, he know you in a URL tournament. So he believing they trying to block his battle again. So he immediately frustrated. He immediately jumped the gun, overreacted, possibly. Especially if he didn't talk to you about it or give him graphic details about it. And he just did that like that. Then Serious Jones get mad because he said ARP is telling people that he backed out the battle when in reality it wasn't that. He said this had nothing to do with URL. He is not on no contract with URL. And that he still is able to do the battle. He just had to check on his new PO because ever since he been out, haven't been assigned a PO. But he said ARP jumped the gun and started slandering his name, making it seem as though he ducking battles and backing out, and that ain't never been the case with him. But ARP said that that Serious Jones said that he was told he couldn't rock. So ARP taking that as the URL. So with that being said, do you really blame ARP for saying, all right, so I ain't finna be wrestling with him. I ain't finna have him messing up my event. I need to get on top of this immediately. Well, I only got like a week left. Let me get somebody who could do this within a week. Was he wrong? Was he wrong? I don't know, man. Now, Serious Jones saying he don't like his name being played with and all that. But you can see how he feel. But Serious Jones saying, look, man, my first priority is my family. I'm trying to get this money, do this for my family and them. And as I'm trying to do this for my family and them, I ain't worried about nothing else, man. I don't care what he say. I'm going to eat here. I'm going to eat there. URL ain't going to stop me from eating. I'm going to get a bag wherever I can. That's what he's saying in the blog. Now, I don't know if that's true or he just jacking. But if you ask me, both of them wrong. If what Serious Jones saying is true, then ARP definitely wrong. If he overreacted, didn't get a man 24 hours to check in with his PO so that he can make sure, hold on, babe, so he can make sure it's okay, so it wouldn't be no problem. And that ARP, knowing this, still decided to let people believe that he was battling Big K so that he can get more pay-per-view and ticket sales. That's out of pocket, if that's true. If it's true. Because that's just your word. Now, okay, I got you, baby. Now, when it comes to
puppy is?
Serious Jones.
We love puppies. We love puppies. Baby, how you can jump?
Serious Jones said this. And I'm just trying to read between the lines. Serious Jones said that when he got out of jail, Beasley called him and was checking up on him, his family, his well-being. Seemed like he had more concern for him. He didn't care about battles and trying to get him on the stage. Even though he let him know it could be some opportunities for you on the URL platform. Then he said when it came to ARP didn't care nothing about his well-being or nothing. All ARP was saying, and this is in Serious Jones' words, man, you got to let us get the battle first. You got to rap on my stage first. You got to be the first one to rap on the RBE platform. So, if this remind me of the same thing happened with the URL with Old Red when Old Red first won Champion of the Year. Then he had the dub out of the Miss Gracie battle because that was going to be his first time rapping since winning Champion of the Year. And I don't think they wanted him to present that on Guerrilla Warfare like that without doing it on URL first. So out of nowhere, Old Red do something he ain't never did in his career that he said. And that's actually back out of battle. As a result of not wanting to be the first to be presented on Guerrilla Warfare rather than URL. Is this the case with the URL? Did the URL tell Serious Jones not to do the RBE event so that he could make his first appearance since being released from prison on the URL instead of RBE? So that sounds like something that the URL would do. If so, then Serious Jones is out of pocket for already giving Red Breed Entertainment a commitment. And that's what ARP probably figured that it might have been some shifty stuff involved, talking about he needed to speak to his PO. Who knows? I'm going to leave it up to the people to decide. But either way it goes, it's just all speculation. We don't know what's true. But if it happened like that with the URL and Serious Jones, they wrong and out of pocket. And if ARP overreacted and dubbed the battle and wouldn't give that man 24 hours to go speak to his PO, yeah, that's out of pocket. At the same time, still promoting the battle as though it's going down between Serious Jones and Big K just to continue to get pay-per-view sales and ticket sales. That's out of pocket if that's true. But again, I'm going to leave it up to the people, man. Y'all decide. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my job, but that's the question. It's yours. Hit the link in the description box. Subscribe to Battle Truth, man.